Okay, so it's been like a good 2 months since the last video, but yeah, basic college student life will get, well, we'll do that to you. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna go through the video like last time. There's some changes. I don't know if they're better. We'll see if it works. But first up, we have Aspen. Oh, this is Twiins' RWBabies OCs. So the first one up is Aspen. I'm trying to see what I should say that's not like overly clear on the screen, but let's see. So first off, okay, so this is kind of like setting the trend since Critter I uploaded first, but the first set sketches at least were all Twiins'. That was just the order I went in. Twiins' was just the first one, and Allison's are the last one with Critter in the middle. So it started, I guess, because of the fact that I put in Aspen's like weapon, which is just a white copy of Crescent Rose. My brain just went like, you just gotta do all the other weapons now. Some are easier than others, but God. Okay, logically, it's really hard for my brain to wrap around like how the heck Crescent Rose works, but it works, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay, so with the pose, you'll see earlier that I structured it a bit differently earlier. The crescent, I basically flipped it horizontally. I don't know if I had a good reason for it. This has been like 6 months since I actually drew it, and now I'm just going off memory. So now, I think it was just because it was easier to like position. It looking the crest of it going up rather than down. Yeah, rather than down. I don't know if it makes the framing easier or not, but yeah, I was able to do it better, and the hands were slightly easier to draw. God, drawing hands. You'll see here earlier that I moved on to coloring basically. Like last time, I'm using the in-program like time-lapsing tool. So for the sketching, all of them were done and recorded in Procreate, and then I ported over to Clip Studio Paint to do the actual like coloring, inline work, and brush. Not really sure why. I just prefer it this way. I think Procreate has a better like sketching feature, just because my iPad isn't really bulky, but like, dear God, the drawing tablet I have, bulky as shit. So, I a lot of it is custom brushes, so if you're interested, let me know, but most of the brushes I use are custom brushes, except for like the coloring, which is just the real G Pen in Clip Studio Paint. So the actual line art brush is it's like creamy pencil, not sure. One of the details I really liked is adding in, although like you would not really notice it, is giving her stockings like rose patterns. It looked kind of boring. Same thing I did with her shirt, but I thought like one rose pattern at the corner of it was also kind of boring and maybe slightly dumb. So I found like this cool knitted sweater texture and slapped it on, just for like some visual there, because Aspen's pretty monochromatic. Like the big punchy red in the eyes and boots and gloves are really the only pop of color you'll see. She's pretty monochromatic overall. I think for her color palette I shifted it, I want to say towards like a warmer gray, like the more reddish color. I'm not sure if it's you can tell that, but I tried that, and like because that's something also I did for every character, is I pushed their colors towards a generally one side or the other, and she's done. Next we have Spring Rose, and okay, pose wise, literally just copied Twiins' art. Gonna be honest, I'm not reading a lot from Spring. She seems confident, kind of cocky maybe, kind of just fun loving, chill. but like I have no clue how to like better pose that than what Twiins had drawn, so I guess we're sticking with that. Oh yeah, it's basically Twiins' pose. Nothing too interesting, I think. Another thing I did try to do, at least with all my characters, this is one of my favorite things to do, is to personalize the eyes. So for Aspen, her eyes are much bigger. They're very like childlike whimsy, very big, very expressive, I would say. And Spring has like smaller eyes. They're still pretty big. They're chibi, but they're smaller than Spring's, and they have like one singular point rather than Aspen's like very fluffy, I guess, eyebrows. Sorry, her eyelashes. I'm not sure what to say here and there. Spring, gonna be honest, lacks a lot of like visual flair that I think some of the other characters have. She was definitely the simplest, I want to say, of the Twiins characters. I did try to play around with some things here and there, but overall I didn't stick to, I didn't like diverge too much. I'm kind of sad that because of her big poofy dress, the hand got lost. I was pretty proud of that hand. Generally I take a picture of my own hand and draw over it, but I was really proud of it. And I mean, because of the dresses there, you really don't get to see it, which is a bit sad hours, but I mean, nothing I can really do. One thing that like kind of boggles my mind is like, what is like the collar piece on Spring? I'm assuming it's what connects the dress to her, but because otherwise it's just kind of like, maybe it's like a choker. It's like a statement choker, just for the pizzazz. You tell I'm running out of things to say. The video is actually slowed down, cause I think the program. This is something I kind of regret with doing the in program time lapse, is that they pick the speed at which you're recording, and it does not like capture like the interesting, like the actual like drawing process, which I think I want to change for any upcoming videos, not for Allison's, because I did not record that kind of recording. So maybe next time I will, but for now it doesn't really capture like my like 50 bazillion brush strokes. God, I have like a sore throat coming on. Okay, freckles. I don't know if I went over with the freckles. One of the things, I think her greens are lighter or darker than actual, than Twiins' actual art, but because of the overlays and stuff that I slap on, I think it gets pretty close to what the actual ones are. The only thing I did here differently was I added a gradient in the center, just because otherwise, she looks a bit like boring in the like you got the crisscrossy torso section, but like for the most part, nah, she feels she's in one green dress and then green boots, and I was like, maybe we can add something to spruce it up, just like giving her just a small gradient to bring out the chest piece and make that green section pop. Yeah, she's done. Okay, Purpurrot. Purpurrot was a lot of fun, I want to say. His hand took a while. Procreate has this function where you can add like a private photo. So this is why you're not seeing my face and how I appear to be so good at drawing hands. It's because I just copy my own hands. But yeah, Purpurrot was really fun. Really happy with the hands I sketched on top. It's my own hand, but it was really fun trying to like design a weapon, because Twiins said that it's essentially Pyrrha's weapon. I don't remember what her weapon was called, but it's basically that weapon, and it uses gravity dust. That's what the purple things on his collar, Purpurrot's collar and belt is. Which, oh god, my throat. which, and then I had to put at least some purple gemstone on his weapon, and I want to say that the two actual, like, actual gravity dust things are the one at the very end and the one in the middle. I think I also put one further closer to the point of the lance, but like logically, I think that you would not want to put something like to attract you towards the sharp end in case you get like stabbed. But yeah, trying to figure out if there's anything else I want to say. This might, I don't know why. I don't know if I like confused Twiins' art for having like, for giving Purpurrot like the eyes that he does. But like, the Faunus are only supposed to have, from memory, one trait. Weird. But sure. Oh, here I am trying to fix that, but I think I did not. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but in the sketches I gave him like cat's eye, like slit pupils, and I think that would technically break like RWBie rules. So oh god, my throat. That would like break RWBie rules. I don't know if I like actually fully committed and gave him the cat's eye, the vertical pupils, but either way, it would not make sense, I don't think, in RWBie canon. By the way, like thinking about it, some people must really luck out. Like Blake, she really lucked out having like something disguisable. Or if you were like at like a goat faunus or something and you had horizontal pupils, just wear like really dark shades and I feel like you could get away. I don't know. World building in RWBie is, but I'm not gonna get on that. But yeah. Dude, looking at the outline I did for Purpurrot now on his like lance holding arm, bruh, utter crap. But I don't know. I don't think you stare at it too long for it to like, for the uncanny valley to kick in. So, let's see. I don't know what else I want to say. Hopefully I'll get better at this as go on, but here's a hint for drawing gemstones: just as many gradients and overlays as possible. Just like smack it on. Gemstones are like very shiny, and if you have like, I don't know what to call it, but like a triangular scatter brush and you slap that on overlay on a different color, you'll pretty much get a gemstone. If it works, it works. I'm all here for taking shortcuts. Digital arts. I think digital art just meant for you to like use as many shortcuts as possible. Oh, I don't think I ever explained like how I like color the line art, because I actually don't. What I do normally is I duplicate the line art layer, and then on one of them I color in to the color that I chose, and then on the second one it's on overlay to get like automatically chosen colors, and so that you don't have to pick colors yourself. Okay, Naga. Naga was really fun. She was the last one of the batch sketched, and one of the last ones I colored. It went really weird order. I sketched them all in order. You know, Twiins came first, and so Aspen came first, and Twiins is set, and I moved down the list. But then when it came to coloring, I hopped around a lot. So I got all the important RWBie children out of the way first, and then I hopped over to the next one. No, and then I hopped over to like, it was after all the RWBie children were done, it was basically a popularity contest, and Naga was the last one of Twiins' set, because I thought she would be the most fun to like draw and to like color in and whatnot, and she really was. I'm really proud of the expression I gave her in the pose, honestly. She's pretty. She has this like I'm a sucker for the one eyebrow down, one eyebrow up, like cocky pose. Love it. And Naga seemed like she seemed like the character, the gal who would do that sort of thing. So it's really fun. Twiins' art doesn't have Naga's like ribbon around her waist off to the side, but I thought my brain was like, I think it would make an interesting silhouette. I think it would make her look very like cat-like, like her mom, because her mom is a cat faunus. I am brilliant. But so yeah, I put a little bit ribbon off to the side to act as like the sort of tail, and the bows and the hair were like the ears, and I was like, I thought I was very smart. I think that was a smart move. I'm trying to see. I feel like I'm running out of things to say, but I don't know what there is to say, because after you do like 3 of them, the 4th one you're gonna run down on content, especially if you record an audio for it 6 months after you actually drew the thing and you're running on pure memory. Oops, my bad. Outline. Okay, so this is something I just personally like to do, is straight hair. I love drawing straight hair, especially in this like wavy motion with some like splits down it. I think it gives like the like straight hair a very good dynamic flow. One thing I like to do with like long straight hair is pretend like it's essentially fabric with some loose pieces, i.e. the threads. So like having her hair flow, like frame her like this, is one of my favorite things to do. And Twiins sort of does that in her own art, so I thought it was pretty appropriate. Okay. As you can see, I've like moved her like tit window up a bit. It's really hard to convey like actual boobies when I drew her in a chibi style and they're all like bean shaped. So you gotta like try your best and hint at titties on a chibi with no titties. I could have probably just changed the art style, but yeah. I'm not sure if I actually did it, but maybe I did. I think I might have put a gradient in Naga's like green hair, or I might not have. I'm not 100% sure. Oh well. But I really like this specific style of hair where the inside is like a radically different color. I think it's really neat, and that's like the hair that I want, except it would be pink, because that is my entire personality. I think we're nearing the end here. Got final highlights. Give her like the pinkest eyes in existence. And I think we're pretty much done. Yep, and we're done.